I don't know why I get my hopes up with this team. I really don't. The season's over after one game because we have Philly and then Kansas City. We're starting 0-3, and there's nobody's gonna dispute that. You can't tell me that you can look at this team and think that this team is beating Philadelphia or Kansas City. I mean, that's just absurd. I don't even know where to begin on how bad that performance was. An embarrassing home loss to Pittsburgh, who is going to be more than likely a bottom feeder in the AFC. They didn't even score a touchdown. How do you lose a game in which you didn't even give up a touchdown? All they had was 6 field goals, which the defense was fine. They're not the reason we lost. I think everybody knows that. Defense played pretty freaking good. So I'm not going to rag on the defense. But I don't even know where to begin on the coaching staff. And Kirk Cousins, dude, either he's not healthy or he is just... he does not look healthy. I got to be honest. I mean, he's just... I don't even know, dude. I mean, that is not the Kirk Cousins that I know, and he looked awful today. Now, granted, the offensive line, that is probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen from our offensive line, who's supposed to be one of the best in football. So, our offensive line, I've never seen a collapse on the offensive line like ours in the second half. Like that, TJ Watt just ate Caleb McGarry for breakfast. I mean, that was just embarrassing. And there's just so many play calls. Like, Zach Robinson, I guess, is our OC. Well, actually, I don't guess. He is our OC. And some of those plays were worse than anything Arthur Smith's called. Not that Arthur Smith wasn't equally as stupid in this game today, because the Steelers' offense just looked just as bad as ours was. But they just made their drives were better, and they got in the field goal range. And I mean, obviously, it wasn't a good showing from their offense, but they did enough to win. I mean, dude, I don't even want to get me started on Raheem Morris. I never wanted to hire him. I don't want him here. He's at a record of like 17-30 with Tampa Bay when he was a coach there. 4-7 when he was with the Falcons earlier. I don't know why we wanted this guy. I really don't. I don't want him. I wish we could go out and get someone else, but it's a little too late now. So we're going to have to ride with him for the season and probably multiple seasons. Other than a touchdown from Kyle Pitts, the offense was completely non-existent. Bijan had a decent game. He was fine. I don't even know if Drake London's on the team anymore. Other than the touchdown, Kyle Pitts really didn't do anything. I guess we don't want to incorporate those guys into our offense. That game plan and the scheming is just that is atrocious. I mean, we probably ran just a running play to the left side probably 20 times throughout the game. And I'm like, that play doesn't work. Arthur ran it a million times. It still doesn't work, no matter who it's with. It'll work probably once every 5 times, if that. This team is... I'm numb to the pain now. I'll be over it in like 5 minutes just because it happens way too often to get upset about. So, I don't know where this team is going. We have a pretty easy schedule after the first 3 games. But, the team I saw today can't beat anybody. So, not that offense. That offense is absolutely abysmal. The coaches have no idea what they're doing. Great call, Raheem, by not playing our starters in the preseason like every other team in the NFL did. That was great. Great call. Great job, Raheem. Because they clearly didn't need any practice or reps whatsoever. They clearly did everything right and didn't make any mistakes that would have altered the game. Clearly none of that ever happened. So obviously they didn't need to be playing in the preseason. So just round of applause for Raheem Morris, really. And completely embarrassing showing from our new head coach. Our new quarterback looked pretty freaking embarrassing. Ray McLeod was probably one of the only bright spots on our offense today. He had his moments that looked pretty good. Defense was pretty good as usual. Not as usual. Last year they had their moments. But Grady Jarrett, I believe he had a sack. He looked great. Judon had his moments. Jesse Bates had a nice play. But something's got to be done about this offense. I don't. Because Kirk Cousins, I hope that was just a rough game and he can shake it off. But if he's not healthy, then this year is going absolutely nowhere. Just put my heart and soul into this team, and they do nothing for me. Nothing at all. I can't believe they lost to Arthur Smith at home.